Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we're embarking on a deep dive into a truly unique and incredibly personal set of sources.
That's right. We have this heartfelt letter sent from a woman working in, well, a challenging environment abroad.
And it's addressed to a respected Buddhist teacher, Luang Pordamajayo.
Exactly. The letter really details her life, the lives of her friends, too, and they have these profound questions about destiny, suffering.
And just the meaning of it all, really.
Yeah.
So our mission today is to extract the most important nuggets of wisdom from these sources. We want to help you understand the intricate workings of cause and effect through this lens of karmic belief.
And maybe spark some aha moments about your own path along the way.
Hopefully.
What's truly fascinating here, I think, is the raw honesty. You get this personal account and then these incredibly specific, detailed answers it receives.
It really does offer a rare window into the belief system of karma, doesn't it?
It does. It reveals not just what happens in life, but maybe why it might be happening, providing this broader context to some really tough circumstances.
Which raises a big question for all of us, really. Can understanding these kind of ancient principles shed light on modern struggles?
And can they genuinely offer a way out of these cycles of difficulty? That's the core question.
That's precisely what we'll explore. Our journey begins with this anonymous letter.
Right.
The woman who wrote it, she'd been watching Dream and Dream Kindergarten, which is a program presenting these detailed karmic life stories, for about 3 months.
Okay.
And she was apparently so inspired that she actually installed Dhamma TV, which is a channel dedicated to these Buddhist teachings, for her parents back in Thailand.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then felt compelled to write in herself, seeking clarity on her own life's challenges, which were significant.
And her story, as she details it, is one of profound hardship right from the start.
Yeah.
Born into extreme poverty, small thatch house, leaky roof, the whole thing.
Her mother worked as a rice farmer just to feed the family.
It sounds incredibly tough.
Yeah.
And because of that, she had to leave school after only 4 years. P4, so that's like 4th grade.
It's just 4th grade. And then straight into working.
Yeah. It sets a pattern, doesn't it? This relentless struggle, especially in her relationships.
Absolutely. Multiple marriages, partnerships, each one marked by instability, deception, disappointment. It's a recurring theme.
It really is. At just 15, she's laundering clothes for police officers.
And meets a policeman, marries him at 16.
So young.
Incredibly young. And the marriage quickly becomes unstable, ends in divorce, even though she says he was blameless.
Then she meets an unemployed man, gambler, frequented other women.
But she loved him, endured his behavior, had 2 daughters with him.
Before finally leaving. But the poverty cycle just continues, right? She goes back to her parents.
And they can't support her children, so she has to leave her daughters with them. Goes back to Bangkok.
And she described that feeling as going to die by the sword, just utter desperation.
It really paints a picture. The challenges just pile up from there, becomes a masseuse.
Meets a customer, her third partner. He promises to support her family, if she quits.
She agrees, only to find out later he's already got a wife and kids.
Oh, no.
Yeah. She gets pregnant. He insists on an abortion, which actually fails.
Wow.
She eventually leaves him, delivers the child, and then, heartbreakingly, leaves that child with her parents, too.
Just devastating. After all that trauma, she vows, understandably, never to trust men again.
But then, shortly after giving birth, she has this dangerous encounter with a taxi driver who tries to take her to a love hotel.
Goodness. Did she escape?
Luckily, yes, she managed to escape. So she tries various jobs. Hostess, masseuse again, traditional masseuse.
But struggles. She felt it was because she was not beautiful, bad skin, couldn't attract clients.
Which is just awful. Eventually, she learns to sing, becomes a cafe singer.
Okay, different direction.
Different direction, but there, despite that vow.
Oh, here we go.
She meets another customer. Her 4th marriage.
4th.
And again, deceived. Another woman calls her abusive language, reveals he also has another wife.
Unbelievable. She ended it right away.
Immediately. Made another vow not to trust men.
You can't blame her at this point.
Not at all. But later, believing she'd finally found true love this time, she meets a foreigner, marries him, moves abroad.
Okay, maybe this is the one.
You'd hope so. But no, that relationship also failed. She finds herself single once more, 5 relationships, all ending badly.
Just one after the other. The struggles then lead her back to really brutal physical labor, right?
Yeah, cleaning heavy plastic fruit baskets, lifting 400 kilos a day, a job usually done by large men.
That's incredible. Injuring her arm frequently.
And the pay was so bad she often just ate apples she found next to the factory.
Just surviving. And is this extreme hardship, this desperation.
That leads her to voluntarily re-enter the sex trade, driven purely by the need for money, like others she knew.
Right. And her current work environment. It's downtown, multiple buildings, both biological and transgender sex workers.
And the setup is unusual. No madam, no pimp.
Just the building owner charging 5 times the normal rent daily.
Yeah.
This worker gets a permanent room where they live and work.
And surprisingly, she says she's only met good customers, and they can choose their clients.
That is an unexpected detail, isn't it?
It is, but here's another twist. Most of her earnings, which she said were for her family, were actually spent on drugs, gambling, nightlife, even handsome male escorts.
Ah, so the intention was there, but the reality was different.
Exactly. After 6 years doing this, she went home to care for her dying father for just 7 days before he passed.
And she expressed deep regret, didn't she, for not repaying his kindness fully.
Deep regret. And she says she continues this work now to repay her mother.
Her story is mirrored, in some ways, by a friend in the same building.
Right, the friend comes from a broken family, too.
And this friend used to be a show dancer in a bar where things were really rough. Local strongmen beating people up if they resisted or tried to leave.
Horrible. And she's been in the profession for 16 years.
A long time. And like the letter writer, she also tends to meet good customers, has good bosses.
But unlike the writer, she doesn't gamble or buy services from men. She sends money home consistently.
But the money is just never enough for the family. That's the trap.
Yeah, she feels trapped, unable to quit, doesn't know what else she could possibly do.
Wow. What an incredibly detailed and poignant account of lives filled with hardship, difficult choices.
It really is. And the letter writer asks some truly profound questions about her life, her family, the nature of karma itself.
And this is where it gets really insightful as we unpack the answers provided through this deep dive into her karmic history.
It's a powerful chance to understand how these seemingly separate life events might connect through that intricate lens of cause and effect.
Let's explore these detailed karmic explanations. They offer this kind of framework for understanding these complex lives. First, her father.
Right. What happened to him after he died, given their poverty?
Well, despite the poverty, he didn't go to a lower realm. He actually became an attendant of a celestial being, of Umathiva.
Okay, what's that exactly?
It's like an earthly deity in a celestial village. He's still struggling in certain ways, but definitely better off than when he was human.
And what does he need or want now?
Crucially, he misses his family, but he desires only merit that positive spiritual energy from wholesome actions to improve his existence. Material things like food are totally irrelevant there.
That distinction, merit, not material stuff, that's really powerful. What about her older sister? Her death sounded agonizing. The sores, sleeping in a chicken coop. How is that explained?
Yeah, her painful suffering and death were directly linked to past karma.
Okay.
In a previous life, she was apparently a promiscuous soldier who tortured prisoners, caged them in chicken coops, caused their bodies to get covered in sores. Some even died.
Oh, wow. So a direct parallel.
A direct parallel. That action, combined with her promiscuity karma, led straight to her suffering.
Yeah.
After death, she became a wandering, hungry, tormented spirit, a Sampawesi.
And she also wants merit.
Immense merit, not material goods. And those festering sores, they remain attached to her subtle body because the negative karma isn't exhausted yet.
So the suffering inflicted comes right back, maybe in a different form, but the essence is there. It's a stark reminder, isn't it?
Right.
Every action, especially harmful ones, leaves an imprint.
Definitely. It creates this energetic trace that manifests later.
So for the main character, the letter writer herself, what about her relentless pattern, those 5 relationships, all the deception? How does the karmic view explain that?
Her cycle of being deceived, yeah, it stems directly from her own past karma.
How so?
In a previous life, she was a promiscuous man. She caused similar kinds of suffering to others. The pain she experiences now is seen as a direct reflection of the pain she inflicted then.
Oh, okay.
And after that life, her negative karma was so significant, she fell into the 3rd great hell of Narakakum 3/5, a very specific, severe hell realm in Buddhist cosmology.
For a long time.
For a very, very long time, enduring immense suffering. Then through various other difficult realms, subsidiary hells, hell guardian realms, hungry ghosts, asuras, animal realms.
That's quite a journey through suffering. So this isn't just about one life's actions. It's a deep accumulated debt.
Exactly. It's multi-life.
Yeah.
In fact, the explanation given is that she's been reborn as a sex worker for hundreds of lives.
Hundreds. Wow. But Then why the good customers? That seems contradictory.
That's attributed to old merit resurfacing. Specifically, merit they both gained from supporting relatives and caring for parents in previous lives. That creates these pockets of, well, relative ease amidst the difficulty.
Okay, so past good deeds create some protection. And her poverty at birth.
Attributed to past life stinginess, not
Yeah.
being charitable, making very little merit in that way.
Right. That brings up an interesting nuance people might wonder about. Is there a difference in the karmic weight between being forced into sex work versus entering voluntarily like she did later?
Yes, a significant distinction is made. Those forced into it are seen as experiencing the result of very strong, intense, negative karma. Their situation is much more binding.
Okay.
Whereas those who enter voluntarily, like the letter writer did out of financial desperation, their karma is considered to become somewhat lighter. There's a different degree of agency, even if driven by hardship.
And does your internal state matter? Like how you feel about the work?
Very much so. If someone develops a genuine sense of revulsion or weariness or disgust towards the profession, the karma associated with it becomes even lighter. That internal shift is really significant.
So just feeling that way starts to change the karmic energy. What about her actions while doing the work? The gambling, drugs, escorts she mentioned. That's new stuff, right?
Absolutely. Critical distinction. Being a sex worker in this life is the result of the old karma ripening. That's the situation she finds herself in. But engaging in new harmful actions, while in that situation, drug use, gambling, buying services from men that constitutes new karma, these are fresh choices, creating new negative consequences for the future.
So even within a difficult karmic situation, your current choices still matter hugely for what comes next.
Precisely. You're always creating your future, even while experiencing your past.
It sounds like there's a clear path recommended for her to break free from this cycle, even if it's challenging. What's the core advice?
The core advice is unambiguous. Break cold turkey. Immediately stop working in the sex industry.
Just stop.
Just stop. Find a new, pure profession, samajiva, right livelihood in Buddhist terms,
Yeah.
even if the income is much less.
Why is the purity of the income so important?
Because money earned that way is considered pure. It hasn't been generated through actions that cause harm to oneself or others. With this pure money, she should then focus on cultivating merit. Acts of charity, upholding the precepts, the basic moral guidelines, like not killing, stealing, lying, engaging in sexual misconduct, taking intoxicants, and meditating with full effort.
And mindset.
Crucially, make a strong mental resolution, a powerful aspiration to be completely free from this specific karma for the rest of this life. It requires a total shift in intention and action.
That's a comprehensive approach. What about sending money to her parents? That seems like a good thing, filial piety.
It is. Sending money to parents is considered highly meritorious. However,
There's a catch.
the catch is not accruing new sins while doing it. If she avoids the drug use, the gambling, becoming a mistress, things like that,
Right.
then sending the money home is seen as using up old karma without adding new negative burdens. It's complex.
It is. And practically.
She's advised to save money for her own old age, potential illness. Very practical. And also to advise her family back home on managing money wisely.
Because it was never enough.
Exactly. Use it productively, only on necessities. Encourage them to work and save too. It can't just be a one-way street indefinitely.
And finding new work.
Look for free vocational training in Thailand. Learn new skills for that right livelihood. Start small, build up experience and capital.
And the key ingredient.
The power of will. Emphasize she's not too old to start a new good life, but she needs that strong determination to succeed.
That's practical and compassionate advice. Are there other karmic consequences mentioned, like her past drug use or the abortions?
Yes, past drug use, the teaching says, leads to low intelligence in future lives.
Okay.
Her 3 abortions will result in a shorter lifespan in the future.
And the difference mentioned between biological and transgender sex workers.
Both groups are seen as having promiscuity karma. However, transgender individuals are understood to have more intense promiscuity karma, stemming from being promiscuous as both male and female in past lives, which is linked to their current gender identity in this framework.
What about people involved indirectly, like selling provocative clothes or owning the buildings?
Karma extends outwards, yes. Those selling provocative clothing specifically to sex workers share in the karma because that clothing is seen as inciting lust.
Okay. What about selling food?
If the intention is purely to sell food for sustenance, with no harmful intent, then selling food to sex workers incurs no negative karma. Intention is key.
And the building owners, the ones who just rent the rooms, no coercion.
They still share in the negative karma of every sex worker in their building. If there are 300 rooms, they get 300 shares of that karma for providing the venue, facilitating the activity.
Wow. But it's less severe than forced prostitution.
Significantly less severe than the karma of brothel owners who force people into sex work. There are degrees based on intention and the level of direct involvement and harm.
It really highlights the ripple effect of actions and intentions. So finally, how did she and her friend even encounter these teachings, Dhamma TV, in the midst of all this?
It comes back to a past life connection, apparently. Both she and her friend had a weak karmic connection with the group, Longpor's community, in a past life. They were men then, their families made merit, brought them along.
But they weren't really into it.
Largely disinterested. Maybe even thought their wives were doing too much merit. They only half-heartedly made aspirations or resolutions.
But that weak link was enough.
That weak merit was just enough to ripen at the right time, allowing them to encounter the teachings via Dhamma TV, just as their heavy negative karma was nearing its end. It created an opportunity.
Antidote for change.
Exactly. But, and this is the crucial point repeated, the karma only truly ends if they act on that opportunity. If they break cold turkey, pursue the right livelihood as advised. That's the turning point.
This has been a truly profound deep dive, hasn't it, into these layers of karma, personal history.
It really has.
It offers such a unique lens to understand life's challenges, seeing how maybe every choice, every circumstance, even small past actions might manifest so profoundly now. It's a lot to take in.
It is, but incredibly insightful. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this case study really underscores a powerful truth, perhaps a universal one.
Which is
that this intricate web of cause and effect, it's constantly being woven by our actions, our intentions, even just our thoughts. It's happening right now.
a continuous process.
Yeah, which maybe raises an important question for you, the listener, to consider.
Okay.
What small, maybe seemingly insignificant action are you taking today that might be shaping a major karmic outcome in your future? Or even lives beyond this one?
And conversely.
Conversely, what seemingly small act of merit, of kindness, of generosity could turn out to be that lifeline, that moment of unexpected grace, precisely when you need it most? Something to think about.